I was stopping by the D-Cloud booth here to grab a little coffee, get a little go-go juice going, make sure we keep the energy high. But one of the things I love about D-Cloud is that there's a lot of things you don't always know about D-Cloud because I think it's easy to overlook. And so we have a couple of gentlemen here to help us unlock this puzzle, which really isn't all that puzzling. I'm building it up more than I need to. Nick, tell us what you do for D-Cloud, and then we'll cover Jason as well.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. So D-Cloud has about 600,000 demonstrations a year. My job is primarily to maintain that usership and find new opportunities for growth. So we're looking at more different types of users, different types of experiences, developing new ways of using D-Cloud essentially.
That's awesome. I think D-Cloud has grown quite a bit over time as you guys have expanded and taken on more areas, which is a compliment, I'm sure. Jason, can you tell us a little bit about more about what you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So my job is to, first of all, manage him, which is a big role. And then, on top of that, I run the global demo engineering function inside of Cisco, and that includes D-Cloud, our Cisco Proof of Concept Labs, and a couple of other programs that are all in that demo portfolio and demo related at this point in time.
Well, perfect. I wonder, Nick, let's start with you. Just basics on what D-Cloud is, because I feel like everyone may have one slice or angle on it. It may not be complete or really fully understanding of what could be possible. Tell us, how do you describe D-Cloud? What's important?
I would describe it as both a platform and a service. So the platform is the underlying technology that makes the demonstrations work. I'm more focused on the service aspects of it, and it's really a spectrum of services, from what we call micro demos, 3 to 5 minutes, business focused. Then you kind of more traditional scheduled demos, which are customizable, more technical, right the way up to really proof of concepts. So you've got the full gambit from very early in the sales cycle and right up to close. So that full breadth.
Well, I feel like D-Cloud also serves as an equalizer for everyone, from partners to customers just trying to get their head wrapped around it. I assume this audience is open to everybody, but how has that changed? What's important to understand for how D-Cloud could be used to differentiate?
Yeah, so absolutely. So D-Cloud can be used today by both customers, of course, coming in directly either through Cisco.com or dcloud.cisco.com. Our partner community, of course, as well, and every partner seller out there is allowed to access D-Cloud and run anything they'd like. And then, of course, internally our own sales teams. But really what we're doing here at Cisco Live with all our customers is try to educate them on what they can do with it and how they can continue their interaction, the learning they're getting this week, all the technical information they're getting this week, and continue that as they leave Amsterdam, fly home, and play with Cisco Tech and Cisco Solutions going forward.
So you're saying there's certain things that are important that we remember, that we take away from here. It's not just simply about the experience and that we forget it all when we leave. I like that. Because D-Cloud is an ongoing relationship as well, 24 hours a day, global. When it comes to new innovations, we're announcing a number of things this week. People get curious, they want to learn how things work. How in lockstep is D-Cloud with new technologies being announced by Cisco? How does that tend to work?
I mean, as locked in as you can be, right? You know, and with this concept of the micro demo, this is something we're really able to pull forward now more quickly. So we can get that messaging out there in front of the customers very, very quickly, you know, to help build up that picture and tell that story. So very quickly, and then as things go, you know, it gets more and more, more complex, I guess, is the way, but yeah. Very quickly.
Well, one of the things I knew I always depended upon D-Cloud for was just my personal education. If I was trying to get my head wrapped around a certain topic, I was always fascinated by the fact that you guys spend a lot of time really documenting processes. It reminded me almost of a proof of concept or something that we take very seriously when we do, and I know is not something we do easily. I'm curious about, are there certain tenets or things about D-Cloud that you say, we're a proud organization that does our documentation, we answer the questions, we solve the problems before you have to, those type of things. Can you speak to any of that, Jason?
Yeah, of course. So we spend a lot of time actually developing the content itself, the content being a demo that's running on the D-Cloud platform. And we have a really rigorous process to make sure that not only is it tested, it works every time you spin it up, but it scales as well. So scale is obviously a very important thing for us. Nick mentioned we do about 600,000 interactions a year on the platform. We need massive scale. So we have 5 data centers around the globe that are powering this content, and they're hopefully one close to you, wherever you're at. We've got one in London that powers this event mainly this week. And yes, we spend a ton of time making sure that that stuff's bulletproof and that the solutions we provide, which are often fairly complex in terms of the interconnectivity between different products, are there, they're ready, and they're working for you every time you access the platform.
Well, I would assume one of the challenges I've always had with learning certain technologies is how they interact with each other, say multiple Cisco solutions or solutions that require some type of traffic generation to be able to see, well, how's it going to react during certain volume periods, or maybe it's security, and so you need to see how things going to react. How difficult is it to put those things together? Is that a focus area for dCloud, or is that kind of starting to get into other areas that you'd say, well, their charters divide here? Who would be?
It's a really big, important thing for us, right? Because pairwise integrations are a really complex topic in any company with the kind of broad portfolio that Cisco has, right? So, no, we do that every day because what we provide is realistic demonstration capability to a customer, actually. And so we have to be able to mimic what they're actually running on their network. It's not just, hey, let's isolate a product and give a single product demo. We need that connectivity and that solution aspect to it to make sure that we're giving customers what they're experiencing in their own network.
So as we look at the solutions that we have here, you were telling me earlier that dCloud undergirds all of these, just to kind of drill home the point that you made earlier. Anything specific about the foundationally dCloud as a platform that's important to understand, both for what you can access here as well as what you may be able to do with it in the future?
Yeah, I mean, if you look behind us, we have the walk-in labs over here, powered by dCloud, and then over just there in the orange is Capture the Flag, the kind of gamified version of it. So again, running on the dCloud platform and free for everyone to have a look at this week.
So the point is, you were saying, is that we can walk away from here and still access all the same resources. We'd like to think it's all special here. I think these events are really about relationships, but it's also about access, and you guys have made sure that these things are available. Any final words on what we should take away from the event?
No, yeah, just that your learning journey can continue. When you leave Amsterdam, go for it, continue to have fun, use dcloud.cisco.com and access it all throughout the year. It's not just a single week here at Cisco Live.
That was perfect, Jason. Way to put a button on it. Appreciate both of you. Good luck and continued success here. And that's it for dCloud.